But before I can do that, I have to cast this match between GoTuNk and KapyO. Once again, we're going into the game. This is part of the UED Gaming Show Match series that we've been doing all week. So, in the top left corner as the purple Zerg, once again we have KapyO, and in the bottom right as the red Protoss, we have GoTuNk. And you know, since I'm so awesome, I'm already in this game. You get to hear me chatting away. Anyway, I need to cover up this replay thing. Perfect. Okay, good. Hopefully we are on the right speed. We require some StarCraft music, which is unfortunately not as good unless it's a Terran theme, but it is the Terran theme, ladies and gentlemen, which can barely match up to the greatness that is the Lion King. So that's perfect. Anyway, so let's see what happened. These guys are already in game 2, but that's alright. It's alright, we are casting from the past or the future. I don't actually know which way it goes, but that's fine. Good. GoTuNk once again attempting to slay my fellow commentator Elegant AOV, who is streaming this at the same time, by the way. You guys should go check him out as well if you want an alternate take on the game. From, well, I guess he's a fellow Protoss player, but I think he's a little bit higher level than me. He's like C+ or something, right? I don't know. Anyway, if you want to find it, you can go to uedgaming.com. I'm pretty sure our streams will be on the front page or something like that. It's linked from the front page, so yeah. And while you do that, of course, you'll also be supporting UD Gaming because they're cool. So we did have a 9 pool with Gastric, as we saw before. Not sure how I feel about this. The rush distance on this map is pretty long. It's actually really long. So I don't think he's going to be able to really do anything with that. Let's see what he follows it up with. I mean, you know, he's going to have an early 6 lings to deny scouting. But without speed, if GoTuNk has like super Gosu probe micro, he still won't be able to catch it. Anyway. Sorry, I have the case of the sniffles. Hopefully that does not affect the cast too much. I also had like a ridiculous stomach ache like an hour ago, and it just went away, which is relieving. I don't know if you've ever tried to cast StarCraft with a stomach ache, but like every time you scream Plague, it hurts, man. It hurts. So the lings are out. They're chasing the probe. Overlord is meandering along. The 2 cannons are going to be finished in plenty of time here. And looks like GoTuNk will plant his Nexus on 15 supply, which is absolutely fine. In the meanwhile, ooh, looks like KapyO actually tried to block that with a drone. I'm pretty sure that was. Yeah, it's way too early to transfer anything. Although perhaps it's just moving out to make a third command center, a third hatchery, rather. If he was going out to make a third command center, I would be quite surprised. And looks like KapyO pokes in just in case he can go for a run by. Is he going to lose his Overlord? I don't think he will. But that was a little bit dangerous. I mean, in the meantime, yes, he is going to take his third here at the 12 o'clock base. So just doing the standard thing after a 9 pool. And, I mean, his 9 pool didn't do any damage. GoTuNk did have to make 2 cannons before the Nexus, so, you know, it's not terrible, but I'm not really sure what he was thinking. I am not really sure. Anyway, are we lagging in the replay? Hold on, let's just go extra high latency. Boom! That's right, doing my mana latency change. I hope Elegant's like completely thrown off, like in the middle of his cast. Sayle has changed the latency. OMG. And those links are pacifist links. Those are followers of Sir Gandhi. I'm just doing a little peaceful demonstration there to get the probe to leave their base, and it was actually successful. As we can see, the violent approach is not always best. You see, that one ling earlier was being aggressive. He was chasing the probe, he was trying to kill him, and the probe just kept circling the base. But as soon as the peaceful demonstration lings come in, the probe exits the base. So I don't know about you guys, but that's a pretty convincing case to me that we should just resolve all StarCraft games peacefully from now on. So, natural gas is being taken. Summoning score about to pop. And we have a lair. I mean, everything's standard so far. So, you know, I might as well just go and sing some Lion King. I think that's a good idea. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think. Lion King, StarCraft, Lion King. It's a pretty hard choice. It is a pretty hard choice, I'm not gonna lie. We have +1 ground weapons and a Stargate, so that leads me to believe this is that Neo Bisu Sayle Zealot shenanigans. It's not like gonna be a hardcore speed Zealot timing, or else he would skip the Stargate, but this is good too. It's good too. So, Lair's almost finished. Speed is on the way. You know, I've been thinking, is this actually tight? I think it is, barely, but I'm not sure. I'm not actually sure. I think it's tight. Anyway, Citadel being warped in. He's opening the warp rift. That's actually what it's called. Wow, that's really cool. Hold on, what does it say for Zerg buildings? Look at that. See, the spire just has mutating. It's like one word, mutating. But for Protoss, opening warp rift. Doesn't that just sound so much cooler? And isn't that like Protoss, man? It's a pretty good race. Even our building construction is like better than the other races. Because I'm pretty sure Terran building just say like constructing or something like that. Like really boring. Which makes sense because it's Terran, but you know. But Protoss, man. We open warp rifts and the buildings just like come out of them. I think, you know, it kind of reminds me of that scene in the recent Star Trek movie where like the bad guy's ship just like comes out of the warp thing and it's like huge and everyone on the Enterprise is like, OMG, that thing is like 50 times bigger than our ship. It's kind of that's how I imagine Protoss buildings coming out of a warp. Because like if you warp in a Zealot, you know, that's fine, you know, it's like, you know, people do that all the time in movies. But warping in a building, that's pretty hardcore. Anyway, so the Spire's about to finish. He's gonna lose one Overlord plus the one at the natural. Those are acceptable losses. Is he continuing Corsair production? He's not. So actually, well, he is getting +1 air weapons though. And okay, now he is resuming Corsair production, which makes this seem like a slightly bad idea because if he gets this scourged, that's gonna be quite bad. Is he actually gonna get a third Overlord? That's actually a pretty big win for him. I'm not sure how this timing worked out, but oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. If you're going for +1 Corsairs, you should not be losing Corsairs. Hey, that makes sense. However, he did get 4 Overlords, which is extremely good for him. I'm not sure why the timing worked out like that. Usually, only 1 or 2 Overlords will go down. Perhaps it's because KapyO opened with a 9 pool, and hence everything else was slowed down. Anyway, we do have Zealots running in here. Speed is finished, but +1 is not, and that's a very nice SimCity from KapyO, so I don't think the Zealot attack is really going to do anything. I mean, he might just try and snipe a few drones, possibly go for a run-by, but I don't think he's going to be able to get through, and yeah, he's just going to kill some drones out. The back 2 Zealots not doing too much. He's doing a decent job, though. It's only 1 Sunken, and Sunkens actually don't do too much damage. Well, I mean, they do a lot of damage, but they're actually not as effective as against Zealots as like Dragoons because they deal explosive damage. So once they get through the shields, the Zealot HP actually takes... actually, are Zealots medium? I actually can't remember if Zealots are medium or small. They might be small. I believe Zealots are small. So Sunkens will only do half damage to them, or something like that. The point is, Sunkens are not extremely good against Zealots. Anyway, we have a pretty fast Robo and a Archives. Well, actually, no, it's not that fast. Okay, this could actually be a normal timing. Getting a Robo after 4 gateways is fairly normal, so I think that is just for observers. Anyway, we do have some Hydralisks out. He's getting Lurkers already, so it looks like he got Lurkers before... No, actually, I don't know. No, I'm not going to say that. It seems that my timing sense is not so good. Not so good today. Meanwhile, we have another 4 Zealots running to the 12 o'clock here, but once again, a very nice SimCity. 2 Sunkens finished, so that's going to be completely fine. And this one Overlord. Going to be checking out the 3rd here. Archives is just finished. I don't see Storm being researched. I don't think he's gotten it yet. Pretty sure he hasn't. He's got 6 +1 Corsairs though. Should start to running around with those, killing some overlords, because actually KapyO's gone for all lurkers. He's actually gone for a lurker link strategy here. I don't know if he's even gotten Hydra upgrades because he doesn't have any Hydralisks. Perhaps he skipped them altogether, which is going to be terrible for him. The masked Corsairs are going to kill all of his overlords right now. He has only a couple of Scourge to stop them. No spores, no Hydras, no nothing. And what is GoTuNk doing? GoTuNk needs to just go. GoTuNk, oh man, there's like a group of overlords here. Oh god, he doesn't even have overlord speed. He's getting another creep colony. That's going to become a spore colony, but that's not so good. And meanwhile, KapyO kind of lost control of his army for a second. A DT going to come out here. Another cannon being made at the front. The observatory is already finished. I still don't see Storm. Does he really not have Storm? He has enough energy, but he's not storming. I think he doesn't have Storm. And uh-oh, could KapyO actually break through here with the Lurker Link? There's only one cannon left, and no units. Does he... He's got a lot of money and no Storm. You gotta be kidding me. Does he not have Storm? He's not even researching it. What's going on here? Did GoTuNk just go AFK? Is KapyO just gonna win with like 6 lurkers and a control group of links? Is this really happening right now? What? And look at the Corsairs just being AFK. I am so confused right now. I don't know how this happened. Like, he's not even researching it. Oh, now he's researching it. Holy shit, that was late. Like, he didn't even hold on, wait a minute. So, I mean, if he saw he had no Storm, he didn't even react. It's like 5 minutes after his front got busted because he didn't have Storm, he starts researching it. Like, what? Really? Because usually when you realize, you don't have Storm and you have 3 Templars doing nothing, you immediately go back to your archives. You kind of facepalm, but then you immediately start researching it. But no, not GoTuNk. GoTuNk was just like, well, I don't have Storm, even though I needed it. I'm